I'll start. So following Steve's speech, I'll start with how to design a MACI voting mechanism for your own ecosystem. You may want to ask that, okay, MACI is good. MACI is like I don't really understand, but it sounds cool. But how can I what can I do with it? So next, I'm going to introduce some mechanisms and some use cases to you to understand more details about MACI. So first of all, how to design a MACI voting mechanism. We use MACI mechanism because we don't want bribery, we don't want nepotism or anyone voting just for friendship. We don't want maybe just I don't want to show my votes to others. That can be the only reason we want to use MACI. So how does a MACI voting mechanism usually work? First of all, in a lot of cases, especially in Web3, in like blockchain governance proposals, we have to vote for approve or disapprove. So case one is we give one voter one vote to approve to vote for approve or disapprove a certain proposal. A very commonly seen example is governance proposals in different blockchains. And here's a screenshot with ongoing governance proposals on the Aptos blockchain. Actually, you can find numerous of similar use cases on any other blockchain. And if you want to, like, if you have a lot of proposals for everyone to vote yes or no, you just start multiple rounds of proposal voting. And here, like, if you don't want others to know what you are voting for, like, if I want to vote, I want to vote for no for this proposal. And as Steve mentioned, but this topic was proposed by my friend. I don't want to hurt his feelings. So I don't want him to know that I vetoed his proposal. Actually, MACI is working perfectly for this kind of case. And secondly, we have actually in 2024, we have a lot of presidential election sessions all over the world in different countries. So in such cases, a voter who has one vote should vote for one option from multiple options. This is quite commonly seen in traditional industries like or in traditional organizations like the presidential election, of course. And sometimes you need to select your group leader. Sometimes you need to select your community admin. So in such cases, we can also implement MACI voting to choose the best option for us. And the third one is quadratic voting with MACI. So this case is one of like Dora's expertise because we have run a lot of MACI-based quadratic voting for different partners in the Web3 field, like OpenSea, like Eastendor, like 0x, and a lot more. So in such a voting mechanism, you need to show your preference toward different options. Here you will be introduced to something called voice credits. You can understand voice credits like limited voting tickets. So like let's say you have 10 voting tickets or 10 voice credits to be distributed to three your favorite projects among 100 Hackathon project submissions. This is what the judges usually do during in judging in a judging session during a hackathon. So but here we have two cases for such situation. One is for judges, they only give votes, and according to the votes the projects receive from the judges, there we can see first prize, second prize, third prize. And here you can see in my screenshot, there's something called matching pool. This is a different situation like we implemented in East Denver, is that community voting also decides how the funds should be distributed. Like the matching pool, the distribution of the matching pool is determined by the distribution of voice credits. So actually, cooperative voting is can not only be used for selecting winners or others it can also be used for managing the funds in an organization. So like as you can see in East Denver, Hackathon prize pool distribution is a very typical case for us. And then let's dive into a more specific example here. So let me introduce Dora Dojo to you. Dora Dojo is a knowledge sharing community, which means the community members, they propose the topics they want to study from time to time. Like there are some topics on cryptography, on AI, on Web3 security, so on and so forth. And for the chosen topics or for the approved proposals, the proposer, they should learn about this topic. They should give a session to introduce his learnings and his insights about this topic, and then he can get a bounty from Dora Dojo. So actually the members are quite actively proposing topics in the community every day. But the thing is, initially the proposals were approved by the Dora Dojo admins, but admins, they have very limited knowledge. So when it comes to some topics they don't know about, it's very difficult for them to decide whether to approve this proposal or not. So here we need the power from the community, like the community altogether, they are wiser than us, than the Dora Dojo admins, and like their choice, like their collective choice is more convincing to let us know which topic is more necessary for the community to learn next. So here for Dora Dojo, they introduced MACI community voting to their community. They invited 21 representatives from their community to join the voting panel. And altogether, they were voting for 7 proposed topics from submitted during December and this January. So as you can see, here's one of the proposal topic here. It's called Theoretical Cryptography Series. And if you're curious about this specific case, here's the link to the proposal. And we will share the link to this platform later. So yeah, the MACI voting session was successfully wrapped up. And how did people like it? We did a little survey among the voters. 10 voters answered, gave us their replies. So, but it's not a very like scientific, well-designed survey, but it still shows some facts. The question 1 is, do you prefer privacy voting or non-privacy voting? 9 out of 10 voters chose privacy voting because the answers are quite similar. I can vote without any physiological burden. I can vote just for the sake of the options. I don't have to think about some other things. I just need to show my preference to this topic itself. The second question is, if it was not MACI voting, would you change your choice? 4 out of 10 said they would, because if I voted disapprove for a proposal, and I personally know the proposer, it may hurt his feeling or ruin our friendship or something. And 6 out of 10 said they would not, because they don't know the proposers personally, so they don't care. This also like shows some facts that if the voters are like, especially in some small communities, everyone knows everyone. So if the voter knows the proposers personally, it will strongly, like greatly impact their choice to give votes. And how did Dora Voda implemented their like MACI voting mechanism on the blockchain? Actually, the Dora Dojo team, they were not technical. They're just ordinary people like us, and they don't know how to code. They don't know the technical fundamentals of MACI. They know the mechanism of MACI, but that's it. So they used a one-stop no-code platform called Dora Voda. On Dora Voda, you can very easily implement your own MACI voting session and use various types of voting mechanisms, as I introduced earlier. And this platform is developed by Dora Factory. And if you want to experience this platform yourself, just go to vota.dorafactory.org. Yeah, and last but not the least, if you have any questions on MACI and on this workshop, just feel free to contact us via Telegram at DoraHacksOfficial. And we have a hackathon to reward good MACI use cases. Like if you can implement MACI in your community for some very meaningful purpose, just let us know, submit your use case to the hackathon, and the judges, they will vote for your use case also in a MACI voting session, and you will get some rewards from this hackathon. Yeah, I think that's all for my part. So